Greetings, fellow scientists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Forever Skies, Episode 3, A Bigger Boat. And here we are. Oh, it's an overgrown tower. I mean, it's an unknown point of interest. Yes, totally.
Warning. Low uncharted area.
What do you mean low altitude? I just parked. Come on. So, there it is. Above my head, overgrown tower is the type.
Analysis completed.
And then in the studies, we'll also have... Oh, it actually doesn't have its own variant. So I'm still working on that, that tool charger, because my tools are very soon going to be running out of charge. And now that the lightning storm's gone, back to the glorious sound. So we got more sun melons. I'm here a little early, so I say that because I can't get in here because the tool required to get inside is a knife. And I don't have one of those. Oh god, I almost fell. But there is brewer's flowers, which is new. Which is part of what I need for a first aid kit. I was really here for plastic, though. Kinda hoping I get plastics. Which seems unlikely given the type of tower this is. Oh, no, maybe not. How deep can you fly? You mean down? Not very. There are other ways to go down, but... Ooh, a football. Cool. Hey, Icarus. Thank you for the resub. And I will be drinking on ya. That sounds weird. Taking a swig on ya. Still weird. My inventory's full, though. Alright, sorry, sun melons. I don't like you very much. Oh, and I did get patat, which is a different food source, better than sun melons. Okay, I seem to have gotten approximately 0 plastic here, so this is not the type of point of interest that would be, well, interesting when you're trying to expand the ship. But I will pull the battery. And then never come back. Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall. So this is what death looks like. So when you die, I guess that's a good demonstration. On hard mode, on the bottom left, you see that I have half stats for everything. So I'm just gonna use up my remaining first aid kits, and then never do that again, and pretend it never happened. So I'll probably want to get some cooking done. And I'm also gonna want the research station down so that I can research some of the new plants I just grabbed from the overgrown tower. So, in order to make in order to research a knife, I need scrap and polymer. A first aid kit would be lobster chili and the bruise plant, or whatever it's called. And then biomass fuel is what I get when harvesting those vines and other things, which is a medium efficiency fuel, better than the synthetic fuel that I start with. The bruised flour, yeah, that's it. I am hungry, though, so let's go ahead and cook up some of that patat and do a little sleeping.
Hydration level is decreasing.
So there's definitely like a food, water, and health penalty for when you leap to your doom like a dummy. And for now, I'm just, like, gonna cook everything. I don't lose any items. It is... Maybe... Well, in permadeath, you'd lose everything. And on hard mode, you just lose your health and hydration stats. Oh, right. Bruised flowers are energy, not food. So let's go ahead and catch some bugs and go to another point of interest. And I'm going to head to the another yet unknown styled point of interest to the northwest. Still looking for plastics to make these circuit boards for tool chargers. My engines out back are going to run out of fuel very, very, very soon. So I'm going to want to collect some synthetic fuel from the sky and refuel some stuff, because otherwise I'm going nowhere. And if you're wondering, as soon as I ran out of fuel, my speed halved. Your speed goes down when you're run out of fuel or when the engines get damaged, and then your maximum elevation goes down when your turbines get damaged. Turbines don't have fuel though. They're magic.
Printing completed.
There we go. Now we're on the move again. How close am I? Oop, I'm off course. So the symbol there in the center of the screen is the overgrown tower type, and then you have the simple radio towers and the wind farms. Wind farm. Let's stop at this wind farm. I don't think I've been to this one, and wind farms can have, oops, I didn't lock my speed in. They can have just circuit boards outright, which would save me from having to craft circuit boards from scratch. It's often, for those kind of components, is often a lot faster just to scavenge the correct points of interest for them. You notice that there's either a blue arrow or red arrow on the points of interest on the radar. They are... I don't think they're elevate. I think they're like your maximum of elevation and elevation's lower than you. So like wind towers is about as high as I can go, which is why the wind towers are blue, and the red means that they're like lower elevations. But I could be wrong about that. I'm not exactly sure the significance of that color scheme. I am, on the other hand, getting really hungry, so let me park differently to be able to do some luring. Because if I don't, I will die yet again due to starvation. There we go. That just means hanging my insect lure off the edge, where I can still dock just fine. I'm going to stay here for a minute so that I can recover my food, because I'm going to need to cook. My hunger is dropping fast. Bug meat kibble? Oh, yeah. Now, one of the next features that they're going to add, I don't know exactly when, but on the roadmap, it's like one of the next ones that they said is being able to farm on your own ship, which sounds pretty cool. You're about to ask for farming? Yeah. Right now, the only thing that you can farm is bugs. But eventually it becomes better than that. Let's make another lure. What I should have done is kept one of the sun melons for an advanced lure. I would have been able to catch better bugs to eat.
Printing completed.
But the basic lure is good enough. It's not very difficult to feed yourself, unlike a game like Raft, where on hard mode it can actually be difficult to produce enough calories to sustain yourself. There's this way. And there's enough helium here that I can unlock the balloon core. Oh, circuit board. See? That's exactly what I was after. Another thing that I haven't been doing, which was wise, is if there is something to scan, having your scanner up is going to help identify it. Easily identify it from a distance, so... Oh, there we go. The other circuit board we wanted. So if you have some tool that you run around with, like, probably the scanner would be a good one. At least until you're familiar with the game and can easily identify, like, known technology and unknown technology at a glance. The food in this game is bugged. Yes, you could say that. It is pretty buggy. Enough, enough. What's on the menu today, boys? Moth. Oh, yes. Sweet, sweet moth. Okay, so what I was doing was making the tool charger. Because if I am to expand the ship, I'm going to run my my builder tool out of power pretty quickly. And then maybe another box for now. You do eventually unlock better boxes than the starter box. But another box might be nice so that I would have more options. Tool charger gets slapped to the wall. You stick a solid-state battery in it. You open up the tool charger. You put the tool that you want to charge in. And it draws from the solid-state battery, putting that power into the tool. And that's all you really need to know. So the other thing I mentioned is we wanted another box. Done. And then I'll start expanding upon the ship. Ooh, that was good food. Do you ever run into other people airships out there? Not yet. Whether that becomes a feature or not. Well, I guess co-op is at least going to become another feature. I don't know if co-op is going to be you share the same ship, though. So I can't speak to that. But so, at least the answer for now is not yet. Alright, question for you guys. What sort of ship to make? Glass, plastic, metal. So those are the three primary building materials, or styles, if you will. So you can have like glass floors, metal floors, plastic floors. You can have glass walls, plastic walls. I don't have metal wall research yet, but like you eventually get it. So the question is like, you know, what do you want me to have? I'll leave that choice up to you, and I will start building. So first thing to go, the catwalks and the door. So that I can put another room here. Oh, I will show you the ladder room, just so that you can physically see why I don't like the ladder. One of the only complaints I had. So here's how it works. You climb. Oh, come on, climb. and then you're up. And if you want to go down, you can see the problem I have with it. You have to then use it. It's inconvenient. So, no ladders. Single floor only. For my sanity. Okay, I am running out of resources. So for that catwalk, I needed more metals. So one thing I like to do is put catwalks around the perimeter of the boat. So if I take damage, I can repair it without landing. Everyone will have their own ideas of what an ideal ship is. Mine, this is just my opinion. Much the way I designed my raft when I played Raft on stream. I like small, efficient, well laid out feng shui ships. That is my... I don't like giant behemoths where you have to run from one end to the other. I like it condensed and efficient. And that's what you're going to see me build here. So one other thing that I'm going to want is to expand the balloon. Done. So now the balloon has more carry weight. It's up from 500 to 900. Using some of the helium that I obtained. And machine parts and copper. Alright, you guys want a glass ship. So one thing I will say about glass is it's going to be a lot easier for me to build a glass ship once I unlock... Or once I get to the part of the game that gives me, really? That's obscured? That gives me the ability to search greenhouses. Because the amount of glass that I can get up until I get to greenhouses is very, very low. It's like only a handful of glass per point of interest. So I'm happy to build a glass ship. It's just going to take me a little bit longer because it's not a plentiful resource for me at the moment. So I will likely have to do a bit more of the story in order to get access to that. But what I can do is to put a lot of the rooms in. In order to make your floors and walls and things like that glass, nothing can be attached to them. So I will also offer one more point of advice. If you want to expand your ship and to have like glass floors, for instance, it's definitely going to be easier for you to do that if your floors aren't covered in like boxes and crap. Because if your floors are covered in boxes, you're going to have to remove the boxes. If your walls are covered in stuff, you're going to have to remove that too. So if you want to, if you want to change the flooring or walling of your ship, leave those sections empty if you can. And I got a storm coming, so I gotta dip my elevation before I get shot by lightning again. It's not fun last time. Swiggity smoothie, I'm avoiding. There we go. I should be okay down here. Famous last words. Honestly, I can't even see anything to be able to collect it. One thing I could make though is a rainwater collector if I had enough metal. That's a pretty good way to get your water that doesn't involve sticking membranes into this thing. Oh right, it gets super loud. So let's play I Spy. I Spy with my little eye. Resources flying at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Oh, Lord. Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. I'm trying to find the metal in this. It's, easier said than done. But so far I've avoided the lightning, which is good. Don't hit me, bro! Blocked by the turbine. Alright. Oh, I'm an idiot. I was saving up for the rainwater collector and then didn't print one. Storm will probably be passing in just a second, though. It's not urgent. And I have plenty of synthetics to be able to just print membranes up for this thing. Definitely a lot more spacious. A cube is obviously... Well, a sphere is basically the best volume, but there's no spheres in this game. So a cube is, you know, a square or whatever is going to be the best shape if you want volume. I will say narrow is better than... Narrow and long is better than wide in terms of landing and avoiding physical objects in the world. You're gonna like, if you go like with a 5 wide ship, you're gonna hit stuff all the time, whereas if you go with a 5 long ship, you'll be fine. So if you want more space, go long, not wide. And we're good again. So I'll get the rainwater collector for like next time. Oops. I did not mean to remove the turbine. That's probably going to be a really annoying spot to put it. But I don't plan on expanding the ship forward, so it's at least out of the way. So there's another point of interest unknown up ahead. And Bubblebashuk, thank you for the resub. So I'm going to head over to this new type. Because it's still roughly going north, which was the direction I wanted to go. And I'm preparing to expand to like a 3x3. Oh, there it is. It's probably safer for me to build on the ship when I'm not moving too. Because if you're flying around, definitely subject to falling off. So this looks like an alternative wind turbine type style.
Uncharted area. The preliminary analysis started.
And this is a crash site. Crash site style.
Analysis completed. Detected new objects requiring scanning.
For now, I'm just going to plop the water stuff here. This is not where I want it eventually. Just putting it out of the way. And I'm missing metals for that last section. And that will bring me up to a 2x3. Oh god, no, this is a horrible spot actually. I got off of the deck extractor and couldn't move. Yes, locking you in place is an unwanted mechanic, I think. All right, let's quickly just do this point of interest and then continue building. So it says that there's things to scan here. There's obviously a lot of copper in this area. If I need more copper, which I don't think I do. Oh, no, I only have 11. Couldn't hurt. Plenty of helium if I want to expand my balloon. Some glass, not much. A data pad for railings. An old food ration. Yum yum. 400-year-old food. Although I suppose, like, Egyptologists kind of made it a fad to, like, eat mummies. So that was, like, 4,000-year-old food, so maybe 400 is not so weird. More circuit boards. Those are, circuit boards and plastic, like, pick as much as you can up, because a lot of things rely upon circuit boards and motherboards later on, and they're kind of very resource intensive to craft yourself. So the more that you can obtain from point of interest looting, now you will save yourself a lot of farming headaches later on. Those are some of the, like, grab absolutely. Because you've seen me make a few of the, you've seen me make a few of those, circuit boards. And it takes, like, 3 circuit boards per motherboard. So it becomes, you know, expensive. So the thing to scan on this point of interest is that thing right... Ooh! I got some range. So that's a ship workstation, which unlocks more things to be able to craft. That requires me to have polymer, 5 of it to be specific. So that is like not going to get that anytime soon. I am not planning on using my circuit boards to unlock that right now, though, because that would be... I'm not likely to get that anytime soon, so that would be a big waste, in my opinion. So now I have a 2x3. Question. Should I build to a 3x3 or keep it 2x3 or something else? Something else would just be like one section that goes back, out the back, or the cockpit that goes more forward or something like that. Not like a 5x5. I'm not... That would take me far too long and it wouldn't be interesting. Looks like 3x3 is winning. The calculated cost of that will be 45 metals. And while I'm here, it might be a good idea to grab the copper that's in these turbines. It's too bad you can't just break down the whole wind turbine for like 1,000 metal. I mean, obviously, game balance problems, but boy, would that ever be a shortcut. Oh, yep. Touché. I might get some of the metals back from getting the catwalks removed, and then I can expand the back section out to your liking. I will say, in my, you know, if just my 2 cents, as long as you aren't like a total pack rat where you collect everything imaginable, regardless of its value, a 3x3 is probably going to be all the space you're really going to need in a craft, unless you want to build yourself like a comfort lounge area. And if you're wondering, yes, there are such buildables later on that give you like, oh, a comfortable chair and a table and that kind of stuff. You know, much like in Subnautica or Raft, where they're not really mission critical, nor are they necessary for the story, nor does your character even really particularly benefit from them, but it's something that you're allowed to do, and some people want to do it as a result. Oh, just drink dirty water. Oops. Not meant to do that. Oh, actually something else is coming up for the lead. Okay. Well, I will prepare a something else. I'm cool with that. If it wins. Y'all in the chat can have a duke out about. All right, something else is gonna win. Let's get it. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna use a ladder room. Maybe, sort of. How far back does the balloon go? Oh no, I'm not using a ladder room. Never mind, I take that back. The balloon is way, way back there now. So I'll mimic the front cockpit. Don't think I'm gonna put a back cockpit on though. Like I could, well, you know what? I actually like the look of that. Symmetry in all things, right? So we'll have a back cockpit down here, so I can have a lovely view from the rear, and it makes us sort of more symmetrical. And then I'll get those engines plopped back on. Maybe as like really high side engines.
Maximum flight speed.
Ideally what you want is you want an engine that you can catwalk around. So if you do have catwalks surrounding your craft, you don't want to bump your head on the engines above. So test to see if you can freely walk under them, because if you can't, it will probably be annoying if you're relying upon traversing your catwalks ever. And so far, it seems like the engine placement that I had there worked fine.
Maximum flight speed increased.
Like a Star Destroyer? Sure. We'll go with, I'm totally not making a very evil Star Destroyer.
Printing completed. Printing completed.
Oh, that one's the full one. There we go. Now back here, what I want is a, is catwalks to support the water collection devices and insect lures, so that I can have like a little kitchenette in this spot. Before I put a kitchenette there, it's probably, if I start using an area, it's probably where I want to put down glass floors first, because it's, like I said, it's really annoying to have to then remove everything and put it all back. So for now, I'll put the collectors out there, and I'm gonna need a little bit more glass, and now, well, every other possible building material. So given that I want more glass, let's go not to the exclamation mark point of interest, but to yet another question marker that is straight ahead. Can I remove the glass from the back cockpit? No, the cockpits are sort of like a prefab. They are the way they are, and it doesn't change. So this glass section there is built into it, whereas these sort of yellow X's are where I can choose the wall type. I could try to make it look like a boat, but that's not really what I had in mind. I'm more of a function over form designer. Hence my, like, refusal to use the ladders that have horrible, horrible function. I've forgotten how I laid out my boat already. Now you have me calling it a boat. That purple light is another storyline point of interest, if you're wondering. I absolutely don't have the turbines for it. Turbines, what I do find a little strange is the turbines in this game are like really pretty cheap to build, which allows you to sort of like speed run, for better or for worse. I don't advise you to do that. The game is a lot of fun, but if you speedrun the story, you're going to be like, oh, okay, and you're going to kind of ruin it for yourself, even though it's totally a valid playstyle. In my opinion, it's going to be a lot more fun to just, like, take your time and design something that you like and just enjoy the game mechanics, rather than to just slap turbines on and engines on and beeline for the end of the story. So what is this? This is the unknown point of interest. Is this a habitat? I think? A settlement? I forget exactly what they call it. Oops, and I might have damaged... Temporary camp, that's what it's called. If you're wondering about damage, you can pretty much ignore damage until it's very visible. So, like, if you have a bad landing, you might... Oh, there we go. I lost, like, 4% on the rear cockpit, which is really not going to be a big deal. And then once it gets damaged enough, you'll see the, like, the yellow damage markers, which makes it much more clear that you have damage and that you need to resolve it. But until that happens, you can pretty much ignore, like, superficial damage. It's not a big deal. So the story did just prompt me that I have, science to be done here. And Randall Thor. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for all the gifted subs. And welcome to the stream, buddy. I'll go pink for the hype. Walcaro for the Prime sub. Well, thank you all. So here's a random human settlement. Or, I don't know why I'm calling it human. That makes it sound like I'm implying there's aliens. This wall obviously blocks me from the back, so I might need to park my boat so I can hit that wall with the deck extractor, because I don't have a traditional extractor, or a handheld. The handheld requires something called an energy crystal, and I'm not going to be able to get... Oh, or I could just drop in. Don't mind if I do. Look at that. We have got a pet bed. A comfortable pet bed. Do you remember the forests? Yes, I'm one of the sons of the forest. Did I just lock myself in here? And this is why, for idiots like me, there's an unstuck command. Was that the only study here? Yes. Yes. There's still, like, more unknown blueprints, but none of them are to be found here. According to my tab. Are there pets? Spoilers? Yes. Sort of. Unspoilers. If I push ahead with the story fast enough, you'll have the answer to that. And also the answer as to why I said sort of. Dog treats. Hey, buddy. I think Yoda's in a very tired, lazy mood today. Alright, human settlement, goodbye.
Research finalized.
I did just pick up a pet bed. It's not much of a spoiler. That is true. Thank you for tuning in to Forever Skies, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 4th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.